7:30. I'm using my desktop computer because my laptop is running low on juice. We will wait for people to come in. Hello, sir. Gallery view. There it is. Is your audio on, bro?
Can you hear me?
Oh, yeah. I thought you were Essie at first, signing in with Mike's account.
Oh, let me change that. That was from a prank earlier.
I was like, Mike. You got the yellow on, bro? You got the yellow on? You're on mute. Hold on. What'd you say?
I said I feel like a banana. Never wear yellow.
Banana.
Yeah.
Hello, Alechi.
Connected to audio, we see.
Hello, Alexis. Alexi, were you taking a nap? Wait, you're on mute. Hold on.
Maybe.
What'd you say? Maybe? Yeah. I still got pictures of you sleep, so I know what it looks like.
From the lock-in.
I know what it looks like for you to just wake up.
Not for the lock-in. Oh, wait, which one?
Well, I have multiple ones.
There's more.
Yeah. Look.
Oh, gosh.
This is the first one.
Oh, I remember that. I was so tired.
Yup. Bro.
Yo, we was all ready to hit the road.
I mean, we walked all over the place, so not my fault.
It was a long day.
Mm-hmm.
Dang, this is far back. We had that lock-in a long time ago.
Yeah, it was a while ago.
Oh. Taken apparently thousands of pictures since then.
I did not sleep in the lock-in, so I don't know how you got that picture.
Nah, everybody slept.
No.
Every
We all
single
slept.
person slept.
I laid down.
I'm telling you.
No.
I promise. I'm about to show you. I think
Mm.
every single. When did we have that lock-in?
Jeez,
In the beginning of the school year?
It was beginning of this year, this school year.
Of the school,
Yeah,
it
school year.
was?
So like,
Yeah, it was.
yeah. So
it was like one of the last things we did.
Oh, dang. It's a while ago.
I got so many
Lexi,
pictures of
you
y'all.
either opening up.
What is that?
That boy's Fred.
Why are
That
you in
boy's
a suit?
He was on his funeral attire.
Oh, I remember. That was a Sunday that I had to do something at the pulpit, and I had, or was it
He had the braids. Alechi. I don't
What
know
in the
whose finger
world?
that is.
Oh,
That's
gosh.
somebody's finger.
Oh,
Okay.
gosh.
Tanner Willoughby is coming.
Ew, Tanner.
What?
Hello, Tanner. I'm looking at the older pictures of our lock-in. Bro,
Show the picture of
really,
Tanner sleeping.
Yeah.
I want to see Tanner sleep.
Okay, here we go.
Oh, boy.
Here we go. Now, Lexi, what were you saying about you not sleeping?
I did not.
Bruh, you are
That's
gone.
not me.
You are gone.
That's my twin. Okay.
Tanner, what you eating?
I'm telling you, everybody slept.
Okay.
I think everybody but me and Tanner. I think me and Tanner were the only ones.
I took an hour nap because I knew
Remember
I'd
our
have to
buddy?
drive us home.
It was like an hour nap, but it wasn't.
Because I
Like,
remember
Hey,
I ate
Alexis.
breakfast and I was done.
yeah, after we got home, we slept till like 5 p.m.
That was angelic.
He would sleep in class sometimes too. So
He was snoring too.
yeah, he's snoring.
Hey, Alexis. I got all types of pictures of y'all on my phone. We out. Man, she knew us. That boy was slumber party. Man, I don't know which one's the best one. This is a high
Oh
quality.
no.
Oh
Oh
Lord.
no. No.
But this one, Tanner, where you at? Where's Tanner? Tanner, look at you.
Tanner, come to the screen, give me a kiss. No homo.
What do you look like, Tanner?
Oh.
That's a screenshot.
Can this be my new picture? My profile picture. All right, if y'all ever try to expose me, I got y'all. Look at that. All right. Where people at? Are people sleeping? What y'all have
Yo,
for dinner?
you hear what they say? They opening up places starting the 30th.
Oh
Is
yeah, I
that
heard
true?
that.
Is
I
that
heard
true?
that.
Because
Now in
that's true,
Shelby County, I think it's going to be more restricted because
There's
Okay.
a lot more.
it's a lot more people here.
Mhm.
So it's Tennessee across the board. They're opening up on the 30th. But
That's
even when they open up,
crazy.
guys, they're going to be more strict in their gathering still.
I don't think we're
until
still
the end
going
of
to
the year.
church.
Yeah,
That's cool.
we can't have church the way we've had it. If we have church, it has to be smaller gathering, apparently. So I don't know how long that's going to last. Isn't that crazy?
Mhm.
Because we still don't have
in the end game.
there's no cure or anything. So
Yeah.
Leslie.
Mr. Madu, yes. Who's Mr.
Imagine.
Madu? Tanner, yes. I heard you, bro.
Oh.
Wait,
Nah.
who is that?
What'd you
Is
say?
that my face?
What?
Tanner, say it
that?
again.
What?
Tanner, what did you just say, Tanner?
Oh, I heard that we were gonna have church at the end of the month.
Yeah, but not like big church.
Is that Dad? Ooh.
Big
That's
church.
cool.
We're trying. Let me unmute and see. Oh no, it's
Dad,
already
is that
on.
you? Is that you, Dad?
Who's that? Who's Mr. Madu? I feel like it's
let you do it.
I knew it was gonna be RJ. I had a feeling.
Let me recreate that face.
All right, y'all. We are in Limitations Chapter 4. Next week is the last time we'll be in Limitations. Isn't that crazy?
That's crazy.
And I love how Chinua has the yellow. Yeah, what'd you say?
I said that's crazy.
You got the yellow on for lemon, like lemon limitation. Bird.
I'm gonna turn this off.
All right, so let's open up with this question. What are y'all doing? Why is this room so blue?
It's the lights.
Bro,
Open
RJ,
up
where did you
with this
buy your
question.
LED lights? Amazon.
This is the question I'm asking y'all. What do you miss most about life prior to Corona?
Haircut. I miss
RJ newest face.
Janua's face.
It's right
RJ
here.
Janua's
It's right
face.
here. Beautiful.
I miss Tanner's
Wait,
elbows,
wait,
bro.
wait. Oh.
Tanner,
What'd
give
you
me a
say,
kiss.
Tanner?
No homo.
Alexi, what do you miss?
Actually probably church because life is not really different anymore. It's pretty much the same.
Oh yeah, for you, church is like the biggest thing, huh?
Yeah.
Was that the only time you left the house?
Pretty much, except to go to like a class once a week.
Yeah. in grocery stores and
Yeah,
events with us.
pretty much.
Crazy. Alexis, what do you miss?
I miss playing volleyball with my friends.
Instead of the wall?
Yeah.
You were killing me last so much you
Sit
played
at
volleyball with the
home.
wall.
I saw your story.
Ew, Caden.
Caden,
You
what do you
showing?
miss?
Whose laugh is that?
Caden,
Wow.
Caden, show your face.
Caden, what do you miss, Caden?
Give me a kiss.
Hey,
Chinoa.
Brooklyn. Hey, girl. I miss you.
Tell me, give me a kiss. No
Tanner,
homo.
who are you kissing? He's about to
That was
do-
so
he's
fruity,
about to
bro.
do-
Like, oh
I'm
my
about to stop this
goodness.
video. I'll
No,
stop this
it's
video.
fruity.
No way.
I'll stop your video, Tanner.
I'm gonna start it back up. Wait, I can't start it back up. Wait.
That boy got blocked.
Yeet. Yeet.
No.
All right, I'll start you back up. All right, did everybody answer that question?
Oh, he.
Caden, answer that. Oh, that was Caden again, huh? Caden, what do you miss?
Who was coughing? A pause.
Oh, let you.
Caden Willoughby.
What?
What do you
Caden
miss?
Willoughby.
What do you miss the
Yeah.
most about life before Corona?
Going places.
Going to places.
No one said haircuts. That's crazy.
That was the first thing I
Yep.
said.
RJ
Oh.
said haircuts because we looking rough
Look at
out here.
this.
Exactly.
Bruh, where's your hairline?
Oh, that's what.
I know I'm not talking. Y'all seen my hair before.
Let's see, don't even got no
RJ.
waves no more.
RJ, let me see your hair.
No.
Wave check. All right. Okay, guys. So Limitations chapter 4. We in the word now. Okay. Limitations chapter 4. The main point of this chapter, y'all, is that hope does not change the outward reality. It just changes the inward reality. Because remember in chapter 3 we talked about hope and how chapter 3 was hope in the midst of the storm, hope in the midst of the chaos, right? And so this week we're talking about how things are still bad. We have this hope, but things are still bad, and how hope doesn't change the outward reality, really. It more so changes the inward reality, okay? So this is what Limitations 4 is about. So let's read a couple verses. Verses 1 through 10 is talking about how God's people used to be blank, and now they're this. So when we're thinking about us, we can think about this whole Corona thing. We used to be able to get our haircuts, but now we look like this. We used to be leaving all the time, but now we gotta stay inside all day. We used to be able to work and do all these things. Now we gotta stay at home. So this is the same thing that's happened in Limitations. They used to be able to do these things. They used to be this, but now they're this. Look at verse 1 of chapter 4. How the gold has lost its luster. The fine gold became dull. The sacred gems are scattered at every street corner. How the precious children of Zion, once worth their weight in gold, are now considered as pots of clay, the work of a potter's hand. We used to be considered gold. Now we just clay. We clay agents. All right.
Klay Thompson.
Klay Thompson. We used to be this, now we're this. Look at verse 3. Even jackals offer their breath to nurse their young, but my people have become heartless, like ostriches in the desert. Did you say well about breath?
No, I heard someone just loaded up Fortnite, bro. I know y'all heard that.
Hey, don't be playing Fortnite, Tanner.
I know.
I'm
Tanner
snitching.
hated.
I'm
I know.
snitching. Yeah.
All right, and then look at verse 4, y'all. Because of the thirst, the infant's tongue sticks to the roof of its mouth. The children beg for bread, but no one gives it to them. They're so thirsty, their tongue is clinging to the roof of their mouth. And they want bread, but okay, Tanner's getting muted. I knew it was him. I knew it.
Drinking water.
Yep, drinking water like a ostrich. But look at this one, verse 5, y'all. Those who once ate delicacies are destitute in the street. Those brought up in royal purple now live on ash heaps. Oh, bars. Y'all heard those bars? Oh,
Mhm.
check it out. Yo, they went from McDonald's to Chick-fil-A.
So they
That's good, right?
Bro, no. No, I'm sorry.
What do we know?
Sorry.
McDonald's
No,
and
Wait,
Chick-fil-A?
what? Huh?
Hold on. Listen, they went from Chick-fil-A to McDonald's. That's the right
You
way
didn't
to
say
say
that the
it.
first time.
They went from Jordan to Shaq.
Ooh.
What? Whoa,
Shaq do got some
whoa.
bad shoes.
No diss on you, Shaq.
No.
Nobody wears Shaq shoes, bro.
Shaquille O'Neal's one of the top 5
Nobody
centers
wear
of
no
all
Shaq shoes.
time.
Bro,
talking about
they
his
went
shoes.
from Vans. They
Oh,
went
you're
from
talking about
Vans
shoes.
to Airwalks.
Didn't you own some Airwalks?
Ever. Well, actually, I'm not gonna lie. I sure did. In middle school, I sure had some Airwalks. They
Should say
went from Converse to One Star. Bro. This is the difference. This is what happens. And then he said in verse 6, the punishment of my people is greater than Sodom, which was overthrown in a moment without a hand turned to help her. This punishment is greater than Sodom and Gomorrah. And their punishment is greater because their guilt is greater. Why do you think God's people are more guilty than Sodom and Gomorrah right now?
Because they know better.
Who said that? Bro, you looking at my notes? Now, the funny thing is, I didn't even put it in my notes, but it's true. It's because they know better. It's worse because they know better. They had God in his fellowship, but they cut up. This is why their sin is greater. All right, and then they start talking about their princes. Look at verse 7. Their princes were brighter than snow and whiter than milk. This is not a race thing, okay? Their bodies more ruddy than rubies. Their appearance like lupus lazuli. But now they are blacker than soup. They are not recognized in the street. I don't like that either. Their skin has shriveled in their bones. It has become as dry as the stick. But when they say blacker than soup, like, you know how ashes come down? And like, you know what I mean? Like,
Whoa,
remember
language.
9/11? Ashes.
We weren't there.
9/11. What?
Y'all remember the 9/11?
No,
clip?
we weren't there.
I
But
was.
there's videos.
Tough
There's
time.
videos and there's pictures. 9/11. There was smoke and the smoke in the air, the debris came on people and everybody looked black. Okay. Watch this. Watch this.
For the first
Watch this.
Ash.
Watch this. Watch this. Watch this. 9,
What are you watching?
11. Oh, can y'all see my desktop?
I don't want to watch the video. No. I don't
All right,
wanna
can y'all see it?
I don't want to see this.
I see your notes.
No.
Don't look
Oh,
at my
man.
notes. All right.
I'm scared.
I'm trying to look at the people. Oh, here it is.
Who's that? This got dark.
Yeah, I don't know about this
Okay,
one.
you kind of saw that a little bit. Let's see. Oh no.
Mom,
Okay,
Oh,
but
Lord.
I know this is a bad picture, y'all. But you see the stuff on his face?
It looks like Voldemort, kind of.
Yeah. Okay, this is a better one. You see that? But it's in the videos you can see it looking worse than this because it's like so much ash and smoke that they all look black. You know. So this is what he was referring to. No, I'm saying, but like,
That guy does not look black.
look.
You look like a
I'm
zombie.
telling y'all, in other pictures, it looks worse than this. Okay.
He actually looks more pale.
So
Okay.
black
Okay.
people.
Anyways.
are zombies.
Anyways, how do I stop sharing my screen?
When
You go to your
click
history.
again,
How do I stop sharing my screen?
I think you press.
Alright, so this is what you do. You open up
You press share screen again.
Okay, there it is.
Safari.
Okay.
And you go to
All right, so
search history.
this is what he's
Oh.
talking about. All right, let's see what else happened. Those killed by the sword are better off than those who die of famine. Racked with hunger, they waste away for lack of food from the field. Listen to this part, y'all. Verse 10. With their own hands, compassionate women have cooked their own children.
Cooking what?
You say cook?
What?
With their own hands, compassionate and loving women have cooked their own children, who became their food when my people were destroyed. They boiled their babies.
That's tough.
Sounds hot.
Y'all remember what I said last week? Remember what I said last week about Bam?
Oh,
Wait,
by any means necessary.
I think this is
So
I think this is the darkest you can get when you're eating babies. Like how much darker can it get? You know,
Imagine
when
not
you're
eating baby.
brought so low that you're eating babies. Isn't that crazy? Just think about that for a second, y'all. They're so desperate.
I don't want to.
I know.
drink to its nutritious.
I'd rather eat a bat.
What was that?
Bat soup.
What
I'd
you
rather
say?
eat a bat.
You had to eat a bat?
That's
Bro,
how the
you get corona.
coronavirus started.
That's literally how
People
you
started
get
eating
corona.
bats.
That's
That's the
not
point of the
true.
joke,
No.
Tanner.
I thought you
Jesus
said
Christ.
true.
No
It was
way.
South
Right,
Florida.
Tanner?
The Wuhans. The Wuhans. Okay. All right, so this is how dark it was getting. This is how desperate they were that they were eating their own food, okay? So we see God's people used to blank. Now they used to be great. Now they're eating babies. So this is how desperate the situation is, okay? All right, now let's see what they're saying about what God is doing. Look at verse 11. This is where they're saying that God poured out his wrath, and his wrath has done his job, okay? Verse 11, the Lord has given full vent to his wrath. He has poured out his fierce anger. He kindled a fire in Zion that consumed her foundation. The kings of the earth did not believe, nor did any of the people of the world, that enemies and foes could enter the gates of Jerusalem. Jerusalem was that city, y'all. America was that country. I bet we thought that Corona couldn't get into America. Didn't we think that? I think we thought that Corona couldn't get into America, honestly.
Yeah, for some
Yeah,
time.
in December, nobody was worried.
Yeah, but here we are. Now we have more cases than the whole country or the whole world. So I think we were like Jerusalem in this scenario. We thought that enemies couldn't get into our gates. Verse 13, but it happened because of the sins of her prophets and the iniquities of her priests, who shed within her the blood of the righteous. Now they grope through the streets as if they were blind. They are so defiled with blood that no one dares to touch their garments. Go away, you are unclean, people cry to them. Away, away, don't touch us. When they flee and wander about, people among the nations say they can stay here no longer. The Lord himself has scattered them. He no longer watches over them. Okay, who scattered them?
The Lord.
The
Lord himself.
y'all. The Lord. He has scattered them. He no longer watches over them. He's not protecting them anymore. The priests are shown no honor, the elders no favor. Moreover, our eyes failed, looking in vain for help. From our towers, we watched for a nation that could not save us. People stalked us at every step, so we could not walk in our streets. Our end was near. Our days were numbered, for our end had come. God's wrath has poured out onto these people, y'all. Going back to verse 11, God has kindled a fire meant to consume his people to the roots, y'all. He's poured out his wrath on his people. Sometimes Bam can get dark and scary and hot, right? Bam. By any means necessary. Look at verse 13. But it happened because of the sins of her, what was it? Her prophets? The sins of her prophets, verse 13. What did the prophets do, y'all? Y'all remember that in the last chapter? What did the prophets do, or what did they fail to do?
Judge? What was it, not judge?
They failed to preach the truth, and they didn't call out the sins of the people. They didn't call it out. They just, y'all good, just do whatever you want. And because of that, they have a role to play in the sieging of the nation and the exiliation. Oh, bro, Caden's been in the waiting room for a hot minute. Tanner, why didn't you tell me to let your brother in?
I didn't know that we needed
You
to
just
let
said
him.
Caden. Why did you tell me?
Caden just texted me talking about, let me in, please. And Tanner didn't even, okay. Look at verse 20. Look at verse 20. The Lord's anointed Our very life breath was caught in their traps. We thought that under his shadow we would live among the nations. Okay, y'all know who the Lord's anointed is that they're talking about?
David.
And he
His
the
people.
king. It
Jerusalem.
wasn't David, but it was a king. It was a king that came from the line of David. So Alechi, you're on the right path. The
Jesus.
anointed
Jesus.
one. No, look,
Jesus.
bro, I just told you. I just
Jesus.
told you what it was.
No, he
Jesus.
told you the answer.
Jesus.
Tanner,
What are you-
I just told you who it was. Okay.
What
What
did
are
I
you
win?
guessing
What did I
It
for?
was
win?
king. It was the king. King, I think Zechariah or Zedekiah, one of those kings. Even the king was taken away. Isn't that crazy? They thought they were protected under the king's shadow. They thought that they would live, but the king was taken away. So they know it's getting bad, right? There is no reliable refuge outside of God, y'all. There's no reliable ruler outside of God because you're dealing with men, right? Men are flawed. The Lord is not. Men are weak. The Lord is not, okay? All right, verse 21, to wrap this thing up, it says that God will not prolong their exile. Others will pay. Let's see, verse 21. Rejoice and be glad, daughter Edom, you who live in the land of Uz. But to you also the cup will be passed. You will be drunk and stripped naked. Y'all remember who Edom was? Or the Edomites?
Oh yeah.
Those are the
We talked
people
about them.
that-
Yeah, go ahead, Alexis.
You know, with Lot.
That was the Moabites. You're close. You're close. Okay. I know it's a lot of bytes. It's a lot of bytes. Megabytes, gigabytes, terabytes, you know. Okay, let me stop.
What are you talking about?
I was just making a joke. Okay.
What about
So it's a byte.
terabytes?
Making a joke.
Tanner, wait.
In the Bible, we have the Moabites, the Edomites. So I was saying like it's megabytes, gigabytes. So the Moabites come from Lot and his daughters. The Edomites come from Esau, Jacob's brother, right? So you got Jacob and hairy Esau, right? Their kids, they were fighting against each other. And now the Edomites and the Israelites are different people. But do y'all remember when the Israelites were being exiled and the Edomites were like, ha ha ha, they're laughing, they're stealing from them? This is why they're being treated, or they're being mentioned, because this is the same siege. This is the same time of being exiled. So the Edomites are laughing. 22, your punishment will end, daughter Zion. He will not prolong your exile. Daughter Zion is another way to say daughter Israel. Daughter Israelites, your punishment will end. But he will punish your sin, daughter Edom.
Zion meant God.
What? God's people, God's refuge.
What?
I mean, it means a lot of things, but in this particular
Zion.
case, daughter Zion. Well, the daughter of Zion can be considered the Israelites. Does that make sense? God is Zion. Daughter Zion is Israelite.
No.
Tanner, your mom is Dayon. You are
Yeah.
Dayon's son.
So
So
Tanner
son
Zion.
Dayon.
Mr.
No,
Willoughby,
son Dayon. Or yeah, son Dayon. Does that make sense?
son of Dayon.
Steven is your dad, Tanner. So I can call
So
you
Stephen.
son Steven.
So Zion.
Okay.
Stevenson.
Okay. Stevenson, yes.
Stevenson.
But don't miss the
What?
point. Verse 22. But he will punish your sin, daughter Edom, and expose your wickedness. You're going to get exposed. You're going to be treated. You're going to be addressed. The beautiful thing here is that it says, your punishment will end. This terrible time you're experiencing will end. There's hope. Remember in chapter 3 where it says God will not be upset forever. He will not turn his face against his people forever. God has a purpose for his punishment. Janua, if your mama came in with a belt, there's a reason she's in there, right? If your mama came in there with a belt, there's a reason she's in there, right?
I mean,
She
Yeah,
wants to
so-
play tag.
She ain't swinging
I mean,
for
she
no
wanna-
reason.
No, she want to play
Tanner,
tag.
Tanner, if your mama came in there and said, Time for timeout.
Tanner, yeah, I'm gonna say Tanner
If
never
your mama
gets
came and
spanked.
said,
It's
"Time
funny
for
because he's
timeout."
white.
Hey, no racist jokes.
Imagine if Tanner
just
gets
made one.
spanked. Tanner never.
Alexis,
It's
if your mama came in there and said,
give me
I
your
don't know what your
phone.
mama said. What would your mom say? Give
Her
me your phone. Give me
phone.
that phone. Give me that phone. There's a reason why
My
they're
phone.
going to say, give me that phone.
Wait, I
Right?
don't want to get punishment. Why do I have to get spanked?
Give me that neck.
Oh,
No,
But no.
my parents don't ask. They just do.
Your parents don't do that? Your parents don't know next to you?
They don't say give me. They do it.
They don't say anything. They go, but that.
oh,
Yeah.
All right, give
What
me
am I
next.
look what I
listening to?
made.
That's
Oh, he's cute.
Okay.
That's his son.
God's punishment has a purpose, y'all. And once it is achieved, we are relieved. Mars? Okay. The Edomites, they will be exposed and punished for their sins.
Canceled.
And we talked about them being a blood relative to the Israelites. And lastly, guys, God is providing inward hope.
Inward.
Inward. God is providing inward hope in the midst of the outward tragedies, y'all. You get that? He's providing inward hope in the midst of the outward tragedies. He's saying, this is going to end. Your punishment going to end. It won't last forever. Even though it looks crazy, some of y'all still might be eating your babies. Y'all hear the bars though? Do y'all not hear the bars in this?
Oh,
Might be
and
crazy.
what rhymes with
about eating
babies?
I
babies.
said it might be crazy.
Alright.
You might
Babies.
be eating your babies.
Taylor, why
Guess
you
what?
just laughing at the camera?
There is always hope for restoration, grace in the Lord. Y'all still got to deal with the consequences of your sins. You got to do that. But there's hope for restoration and grace. Y'all got me? Y'all with me?
Yes.
RJ, what did I say?
Yes.
You said there's still inspiration and hope and grace.
You said inspiration.
Restoration.
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 All right. All right, give me some takeaways. That's chapter 4 of Lamentations, y'all. Give me some takeaways.
Eat babies.
Oh, we ain't no baby.
That is the worst takeaway I've ever heard.
Don't eat babies.
These AirPods smell nice.
Yeah, don't eat babies. It's not nice to eat babies. Give me some takeaways. Alexis, what you gonna take away?
By any means necessary.
That was last week's.
That was like,
And it counts for this week because I did mention it. Bam, bam. So. that means-
God doesn't stay mad.
Bam, bam.
Oh, Kaden, say that again, Kaden.
God
Dang.
Don't eat babies.
No,
Oh, yeah,
not
okay.
that.
Okay, Alexis, what did you say?
babies. God doesn't stay mad at you for what
Yes.
you've done.
He doesn't stay mad at his people. That's right. You used to call me on your cell phone. Okay,
No,
give me
not
something else.
Drake.
Alexi, what are you taking away from this?
That God does things for a reason.
God does things for a reason. His punishment is out of purpose. There's a purpose for his punishment. Tanner, what are you taking away?
I just said mine. I said
Don't eat
bam.
babies? Oh, okay.
How come he says one word and gets away with it?
Because man, that's a powerful word, y'all.
He's Tanner.
If y'all can internalize
And also eat babies for fun.
eat babies, if
Yeah,
y'all
I
can
know that well.
internalize and drink and eat bam, you're gonna be good. Eat bam. Like internalize
Bam.
that message. By any
Bam.
means necessary, Lord. Mold me and shape me into the image of your son by any means necessary. Okay. All right, go ahead, Shaq. What are you taking away from this?
That without God, like it shows how far they fell without him. So we have to like remember that could be us one day
Wow.
out on the streets
That's
eating
right.
babies without God. So that's not
Bruh.
okay.
That is right. I love that you said how far they fell. And they did. They fell so far that they were eating babies. That's far. Love
Wait,
it.
why are they eating babies?
Oh my gosh. Why don't you go and ask them?
They were exiled. Do you know what it means to be exiled?
No.
Okay,
Of
they were.
course
They were.
When you
Okay.
get kicked out, right?
Yes. Yes. So these Babylonian people, their enemies came in, Tanner, took them, killed people. They put them enslaved, and they took all their food. They burned up the city. They did all of these things. So they didn't have no food, and all the people that are left over, they're desperate, so they're having to do stuff like eat their babies. Does that make sense?
Sounds hard.
Okay. RJ,
Yeah.
give me something to take away.
You said give you something to take away.
Yeah, what are you taking away from this chapter?
Well, once everything's over, like, I
Bro, is that your Wi-Fi?
think that life's
You're
gonna change.
glitching heavy.
Say it again, bro.
Who? Oh, my fault.
You?
Did he just die?
My fault. I tried to fake freeze. Said,
It was working too. I don't even know what was happening. Go
all
ahead.
right. I said, like, when we go back to normal life, it's just gonna be the same. I feel it's gonna be the same. Like, I
Gonna
don't
be
know.
the same.
That's not really in the chapter, but like, yeah. I just
Hey,
feel
it kind of is. That's the main point. My main point was that things may not change outwardly. Things may be the same with our country. Things might still be crazy, but guess what? We can still change inwardly. We can still have inward hope, even though things are still going to crap. Right? Things are going crazy around us. We can still have inward hope in the midst of this outward craziness. So you own something right there, bro. When things come back to normal, there's still gonna be some crazy stuff going on in this country and in this world, y'all. These days are coming to a close. Am I right?
Watch us all come back and everyone gets sick again.
All right. Did everybody say something? Okay. All right. So, what is something that we can change about how things are right now? What can we change?
Change
We
about
can
ourselves.
change our attitudes.
We can come on, Tanner. We can change our attitudes. We can change our attitudes.
Yeah, come on.
What else, y'all?
Honestly,
So preachy.
What else?
Well, I think that's it because everyone's
Yes.
attitude is pretty much what's making this hard.
Yeah, so that is the major thing. And I guess what's wrapped around the attitudes, like maybe your habits, you know. So say this is the attitude, maybe your habits, maybe
Where are your AirPod Pros, Janua?
your train of thought, your what
Ooh.
you're putting into yourself, you know, and maybe your attitude being the core. So all these things, yeah. So that's right. The inside, wash out the inside.
The inside's cool.
Relax, relax. Remember when we were in that restaurant
Which one?
in Nashville, guys, and we were using the bathroom? RJ,
We all
y'all were pushing me against the wall.
Wait, remember when we walked into
we got a
Cheesecake
minute.
Factory and
We
you
got a
and
minute left.
Alexis were on a date and I made a
Oh,
mess?
and they third wheeled y'all.
No, they were on
You
a
spit
date.
gum
We
on the
walked
floor?
in
On
and
a date.
I spilled something on the
Hey!
floor and we just walked out.
Give me prayer requests. We have less than a minute. Give me prayer
Janua spit
requests.
gum on the floor.
Shut up.
Give me prayer requests. We have less than a minute.
All the folks were staring at me. Pray that we can.
I pray that we can get
Don't interrupt me.
good.
What's wrong with you? So stuff you.
Get what?
Anywho, I pray that when we all come back together, that we don't just get sick again and back to square one.
Ooh. Yeah, that's a struggle. All right, what else?
I want to pray for you, Wesley.
Oh,
Yeah,
Aw.
pray for yourself, cuz. If I
Thank
come
you,
over and
RJ.
kiss you, make you more sick.
You're welcome, son.
You gonna kiss me?
It's a kick.
Alexis can kiss me. Alexis Sears, please. Alexis Sears. Let's make that clear. Make that clear. All right. Don't get me fired, y'all.
Hey Siri, call 911.
Don't y'all get me fired.
You
Now.
did it. No.
All right. Anybody else?
Yo, she started dying. I got so scared.
Anybody else?
I know y'all need prayer. Y'all acting like y'all life is perfect. Go and speak up.
Canoe. Pretty funny. Hey, I feel like.
Speak perfect.
Hey, if it hangs up, just come back real quick so we can pray, okay?
Okay.
When it hangs up, come back real quick so we can pray, y'all. It'll be the same thing.
Okay.
All right?
So, y'all want to talk about politics?
I can send y'all off properly.
It's not.
Say my property.
RJ.
Let me kill.
When it hangs up,